Complete written instructions are included with each kit. Be sure to read and follow these instructions carefully before installing. You will need the proper cable preparation tools and a clean burning propane gas torch. For your own safety, please pay attention to the following precautions before beginning the installation. Failure to follow these warnings could result in injuries caused by fire, explosion, or electrical hazard. First, make sure the area you are working in has good ventilation. Check all torch connections for leaks before lighting. This product is covered by a material safety data sheet. Before installing any electrical accessory, read and follow the safety requirements and the written instructions. In addition, be sure to follow the safety instructions established by your own organization. The laboratory demonstration that follows is not intended to represent field installation conditions or your specific safety procedures.
Hi, my name is Dennis Lynch. I'm part of the product management group for heat shrink cable accessories, and I want to introduce you to our new single conductor heat shrink termination. I want to show you the new termination. I want to show you the features and benefits of the termination, also compare with the old HVT series. The new series is known as HVT-Z series heat shrink terminations. The main benefit of the new HVT-Z is the length, the overall length of the termination in comparison with the old HVTs. And we're able to do that with a new zinc oxide stress control layer that is co-extruded on the inner surface of the tubing. It's green. It does two things. It controls the stresses, the electrical stresses of the termination. It also provides moisture seal at the ends. So it has two purposes, moisture seal and stress control. This material is very good under impulse levels, and because it is very good, it enables us to shorten the length of the termination. So as you can see, the new termination, the HVT-Z, is much shorter than the old termination. For instance, this is part of the 35 kV HVT-Z, the HVOT part of it, and this is the HVOT from an HVT series for the same voltage level, 35 kV. You can see there's a lot of difference. The HVT-Z is similar in all other aspects to the HVT terminations. We still have the rain sheds and ground braid with roll spring for the ground connection, but the big benefit is the length of the termination. Okay, so I've told you some of the features and benefits. As I said, it's the main benefit is the fact that it's much shorter than the old HVT series, and it has one less tube to install. Apart from that, the installation steps are very similar to the HVT series. And now I'm going to do a demonstration of the actual installation. As it is explained to you in the binder in the introduction package, these cable stubs, which is an HV stub 11, are available for you for demonstration purposes, and that's what I'm using here. Okay, now we're going to do the installation. Of course, the first thing you have to do is read through the installation instructions and follow the steps given. It's very similar to the HVT series, but the main difference being there's no stress control tube, and there is a different sequence of shrinking. The HVT, you start at the bottom and work to the top. With the HVT-Z, you start at the semicon cutback area, go to the top, and then finish off at the bottom. So the first thing we have to do is clean the cable jacket. Cleaner to remove any grease or oily residue. Dry it off. And then a braid it. Raise the strip 2 to 3 inches. So. Brush off the any dust from the abrasion. Okay, so now we're going to install the ground braid. The ground braid must be make contact with the copper tape shield. Some people, I've noticed, install a couple of turns of the roll spring and then the ground braid, which is not a good practice because the roll spring is not a good electrical conductor. Now, I would advise, if you can, just to take the braid in place temporarily while you install the roll spring, because it's quite difficult to do with only 2 hands unless you've got an assistant and holding that in place for you. To get the first couple of turns of the roll spring on, then you can remove the tape. Be removed. Fold the braid back over the roll spring and complete the installation of the roll spring. Fix it in place with one of these small copper strips. Sufficient. Next step is put sealant at the lug barrel. Now, we put the sealant not just as a moisture seal, but also as to build up the diameter of the lug barrel to make sure that the tube does come down and make good contact. The next step is to fill in the semicon cutback stress relief material, which is the same as we use on the HVT series. But you should note that the 35 kV HVTZ will have a different colour stress control material. It's almost a very dark grey, almost black. But if you install it in the same fashion as I'm doing with this one, which is 1/4 inch onto the insulation, 1/4 inch onto the semicon itself. The next thing to install is more sealant at the ground braid. 2 turns on the cleaned and degreased jacket. Lay the braid and press it into the sealant, and 2 turns over the braid. We then install the HVOT tube, the non-tracking tube. With the HVT series, we would now install a stress control tube. But with the HVTZ, that's unnecessary because the stress control is built into this tube. You position it at the bottom of the sealant, there, and you start shrinking at this area, the semicon cutback area. When that's shrunk, go down to this end, and then come back and finish off this. You have to preheat the lug somewhat just to make sure there's a good seal there. A lot of heat is not necessary, but some. So begin shrinking at the semicon cutback area. Fully shrunk. Aim the flame down the termination. That preheats the tube. bottom and finish this end of the termination. Finally finish off with a nice plain brushing to give you a nice smooth finish to the termination itself. Last, now you have here is an indoor termination, and to turn it into an outdoor termination you install two rain sheds. The first one goes on 6 inches on the bottom of the termination itself. I just shrink the collar. It's only the collar will shrink anyway, this part will not shrink. So until it comes down and makes contact with the termination, and then line it up to make it look nice, and then finish it off. The second shed goes 2.5 inches up from the first shed. There. Just heat the collar a little bit. Straighten it up nicely. The stress control layer on the inner surface of this tube does tend to act like a lubricant, so you will see some longitudinal shrinkage of the tube. But still, it has been designed that there is sufficient length of tube to give you a seal both at the lug barrel and at the cable jacket coupler. That's it.